Hi, welcome to another flute review taking a closer look at one of the flutes from my collection. This flute is pretty cool. This is a Gareth Laffely Signature Flute. I believe this was I think this was like a 2017 model. He's had a few different signature flutes made over the years. This particular one was made by Tony Francis of Bears Flutes out of Maine. The material that the flute is made of is called what Tony called Waterfall Bubinga. And it doesn't have a real striking grain pattern. I'll leave some close-up pictures and things of it. It is in the key of B, 3/4 inch bore, maybe just even slightly under that. And this appears to be a one-piece flute design. 3/4 inch bore, 3/8 inch breath hole that has a pretty beefy or heavy type nipple style mouthpiece. It has real thick walls at the right at the breath hole. Raised flat nest. It has a squared off block that has a radius carved out of it or cut out of it to hold the disc that Gareth hand signed on all of these flutes. It also features 3 different blue, some kind of blue stone it looks like, inlay on there. The finger holes are pretty close together. I have short stubby little fingers, and they're a little, especially these upper holes are a little bit tight. I can play it fine, but a little bit tight for me. There's no chimney. The flue is in the flute body, and it has a fairly long flue with a very slight taper coming from where the exit hole is, right about here. And then the true sound hole, very nicely sculpted. It is 7/16 of an inch wide and almost just a little bit under 3/16 of an inch long. There is no chimney, just squared off. And I've tried the block on both ways, and it seems to perform best this way. And looking at the block, it has holes for the leather ties to go through, which are fairly large. And the holes, well, the hole on this side, it looks like this edge of the block might have been reshaped or angled maybe. Because the edge of the hole for the leather block is so close to this end versus this end. There's a lot more material here than there is here. So I'm thinking this might have been reshaped a little bit in voicing the flute. But I did try it both ways just to see what was going on, because this flute has a little bit of a problem with the highest note. And I'll show you that as I play here. And here is the voice. Has a nice, clean, clear voice. It struggles a lot with that highest note, which you can usually get with this type of fingering or this fingering. I have to crack this hole open just a little bit and really push air in and slide into that note to get any kind of sound out of it at all, and it's a very airy sound. I can't get it at all if I just don't slide into it. So this one hesitates a little bit on that highest note. Everything else plays nicely. A couple notes are a little sharp or flat. It's not perfectly in tune, but it's closer than some other makers would make it. Plays fine in most cases. Fun flute to play, fun flute to play. Nice crisp tone. The Bubinga is a very hard wood, so it has a little bit of heft to it, being a denser type wood. And I thank Gareth again. I won this flute in a contest that he had, and the contest was to try to do something that you are uncomfortable with. And even though I've played on many stages for many, many years, I've played at different events, I've talked in front of people, played music, I've sung, things like that. I am not comfortable to go out to the neighborhood park and take a flute with me and just sit down and play, because it's not something that is expected. And I honestly feel like I might be encroaching on other people's privacy to be able to enjoy the park the way that they intended or thought they were going to be. I don't want to surprise them and maybe take away some of the peace and quiet that maybe they were wanting. They might not appreciate the sound of a Native American flute. I know there are a few people that I know in my family. They're not crazy about the sound of these flutes. So I'm very uncomfortable just going someplace, getting a flute out and starting to play in public when it isn't expected. If I was at a little open air fair or something like that, and I grabbed my flute and sat down and played while people walked by, that's a little bit different, because quite often people are busking, and I've got their hat out or something like that to try and get a couple bucks, and people are expecting to hear that type of thing. So me playing in those situations, I don't feel so bad about. But anyway, so to win this, you had to do something that you were uncomfortable doing, kind of stepping out of your comfort zone. So I did that, and I recorded a video of myself playing at a park, people coming and going. Submitted that, and just luck of the draw, Gareth picked my name out of the hat and sent me, I think this was the last flute that he had out of this batch of Signature Flutes. I'm very thankful. Thanks again, Gareth. I really appreciate that. So Hope you enjoyed the video and taking a closer look at my Gareth Laffely Signature Flute in B minor, made of Bubinga by Tony Francis of Bears Flutes in Maine. Don't forget to subscribe. Click the little bell over there so that you're notified anytime that I might do another closer look or review of one of the flutes from my collection. I might do a music video, a tutorial on how to play these beautiful flutes. Comparison, I might compare different B minor flutes. I have, I think, about 3 different ones, something like that. And so I might do a comparison on this one and how it stacks up to other ones. So click the bell to be notified so you will be aware of new videos that I post. And I hope you enjoyed this little review on this beautiful little sounding flute. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Take care.